Well, last week our nation celebrated our heroes with Veterans Day. And like everyone else, those who sacrificed so much for our freedom in our country may be facing significant changes in healthcare in 2021. We're welcoming back now Kyle Wingfield of Finley, Alexander, with more on what veterans can expect in this new year. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about this because you have someone who served who is very close to you, correct?
Yes. Well, a number of people. My family served in the military, but the first one that comes to mind is my grandfather. He was a World War II veteran, Army Corps of Engineers. Then you have my great uncle, his brother, who was a Tuskegee Airman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my
What a
other,
legacy.
oh yeah, the other great uncle, Army Corps of Engineers as well. So
That is amazing. It is a legacy. My grandfather served in Korea, and I think when you have that in your family, there is a pride that's instilled in you. So you feel that in a special way. You want to make sure that our veterans are taken care of. With so much uncertainty in public organization pensions, do you think that our veterans could feel that same threat, though?
oh yeah, because there's just this general thought, at least on Capitol Hill with Congress and all, to try to take not only federal employees' benefits, but also the military benefits, and start making them look more like private industry, right?
Oh.
So doing that can have some upsides to it, and some of it can be certainly downsides.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, this could be a positive for those serving now, but a potential threat for retirees?
Yes. I mean, with every change, there's always trade-offs. The upside, or the trade-off that's positive, would be, okay, well, if you serve like 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you can now qualify for a pension. That's a good sign. Because prior to this, if you served 20 years, you got a pension. If you didn't do 20, you didn't get anything.
Oh,
And I
wow.
think, and there's a lot of dark sides to that, where people serve the military and serve for like 19 years, or maybe 19 and a half years, and then they get they get pushed out for disability, or they didn't pass their physical, and then no pension. So that is the upside. The downside is when they make that shift, even those who are receiving their benefits now are going to see kind of a deduction potentially in what they're receiving. So that could be a rude awakening, because that pension check, is a big part of their retirement security.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are veterans still entitled to other benefits that aren't offered to civilians?
Oh yeah, like in terms of, well, we can go from TRICARE, which is their version in retirement of healthcare. That's great. Like it's great when you think about in private industry, you got to go do that yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a
True.
private citizen,
Yes.
so you have TRICARE, and then of course, as a veteran, you've got access to all of the other, I guess we call them benefits, like going to the PX and doing some other things. I just say PX because my dad's a veteran, and so my mom, loves going there. So the commissary, stuff like that. But there's
Yes.
definitely a bunch of other things that you maintain and retain, even though you're in veteran status or retired status.
All right. This is all great information. Of course, you have a ton of information on your website, right? That's how people can follow up with you.
Oh yeah, so it's for this, because veterans are near and dear to my heart, given the fact that I have a family history of it. We've got finleyalexander.com/veteran.
Perfect. All right. Directly there. They can go right there and get more information. All right. Kyle Wingfield, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.